Hey guys, Elissa Stone. Super excited about today. Here's why. I just wrapped up a meeting with Steve Davis, the owner of Total Wealth Academy, and the whole purpose and intent of this podcast was my journey to the wall. And it's the leadership team up in our speaker room at Total Wealth Academy. There's some amazingly successful, very intelligent individuals. And when I was in the speaker room, I saw all these posters up on the wall, and I wanted to be up there. And that's how I came up with the journey to the wall. And I've always sat down and set very, very specific goals, and I go after them. Sometimes I succeed. Sometimes I have some major learning curves, but I always get back up and I go after them. So here's the wonderful news. My journey to the wall is now over. Next time you see me or maybe come to a member spotlight or are in our speaker room, you will see me up on that wall. So I accomplished my goal. I'm in complete shock. I'm super excited. I have my days where I get up every single day and I'm like, I'm not even sure what to do to move forward today. I have all these goals that I want to accomplish, and sometimes it feels so overwhelming. But my journey to the wall is now over, and so I'm super excited. Maybe we'll do another one, and I'll show like the picture of the board and the poster with my name and my picture and some of my accomplishments. So such an honor. I've worked hard for it, but my journey's over. So who knows what we're going to be talking about next. But I did want to share a couple of other updates as well. Part of why this journey ended so quickly is because I'd always wanted to go into multifamily. That was the whole plan when I started my company 3 years ago. And I made that happen very quickly. I started talking about it up here. And in a matter of, I think like a month and a half from when I got serious about it, maybe it was even less than that, I was under contract and we were closing very shortly later. And so I'm in the process of stabilizing the property. I will be doing a refi in the near future and roping in the new builds. So not only have I closed on my first multifamily property, but at the same time, once I refi it, I'm going to be roping in the new builds. And it is a rarity in the business to not only close on your first multifamily property, but also get the new build experience. And that's part of why this opportunity was so amazing to me. And then, there was also the symbolic side of the Palmer and the Stone being in this property. So the property was off of Palmer, and that was my dad's name. He passed away when I was 16. And then whenever in a previous marriage, I took the name Stone, and I had kids. And, unfortunately, life happened and that marriage ended. But I kept the last name because of my kids. And then when I looked at this multifamily property, it was called Stone King. So what are the chances of having those two names in your first multifamily and getting the new build experience? So absolutely amazing. And I'm going to be up on the wall. Super exciting. So thank you for everybody's vote and confidence in me. So much to learn on a daily basis, but it's all about that growth mentality. And I will share a couple of things, and I'm going to kind of go into a little bit of personal stuff. I think if you've met me, for the most part, I'm very personable, but I don't share a lot of super personal information. But this is very fitting today, and I feel compelled to share it, and it's in my heart, so I'm going to. I'm a big believer, impossible is a spirit. It is a mindset. And if you think that things can't be done, of course it cannot be done. And, like anybody else, I have my bad days, but then I have my days where I'm going to do whatever it takes. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to go after my goals, and maybe I don't accomplish them the first time around. Maybe I have a failure. Maybe I fall on my face, but I'm going to get back up. But I really, truly believe impossible is a spirit, and it's a mindset, and it's one that you have to overcome. And it's all about taking any setbacks or any losses that you experience in life and letting that be, or making it be, the setup to launch you into your brightest hour. And here's where I'm going to go into a little bit of a personal side, not too much. But I was told not too long ago that I would fail and I would fall on my face. And there was some other really personal information that there was no way that I would be able to do what I wanted to do and move forward and be a mom of twins and own my own business. And, hopefully a little bit of success comes with that. I was told, you're going to fall on your face. You're going to fail. You're not going to make it. You're old. Nobody's ever going to want you in a relationship. And, you're a mom of twins. So you kind of have all this baggage. And I let that be my setup, right? Because I know who I am. And I know what I stand for, and I know my heart, and I know what to bring to the table in all facets, business, personally, professionally. And it hurt. I'm not going to lie. And there have been times where I've questioned myself. Well, maybe this individual was right. Maybe I don't have what it takes. Maybe I should have made a different decision back then. But then you have moments like this, where you work so hard and day in and day out, you're exhausted. You try to be the best possible mom you can. You're taking care of a household. You're trying to build a business. You are, you look at your finances. You look at all these things, and then you have a small win like this when you've been working so hard that means so much. And it really is. Impossible is a spirit. It's a mindset. And I have let the past drive me. And this can be something from the time you were a child up into a teenage year, or even as an adult. Take that negativity, take those things that people tell you it can't be done and there's no way, and they're questioning you, and just file it in your head. File it in your head. You know what your dreams are. You know what your goals are, and go after it. Don't let anybody hold you back or hold you down from where you want to go and what you know you're capable of, because it's all right here and it's all right here. And that's really, truly how I live my life on a daily basis. And again, have my really, really bad days. I have my days where I doubt myself and I'm scared and I'm overwhelmed and I'm not sure I can keep moving forward. And I embrace those moments, and I have a couple of days, and then I start sorting through it in my head. I'm like, it's time to get back up, Elissa. Time to get strong again. And that's what I do. And that's what so many people out there do that I very much respect and look up to. Because I think anybody who's successful or who has achieved a certain level of success, they all have those days too. We all do. We're all human. And that's what this is about. Let those negative moments or those negative words, or even if you've fallen on your face and failed the first time, let it drive you. Let it be the setup to bring you back and launch you into your finest hour. Okay, so fitness update. Here's another cool thing. Up at Total Wealth, it's all about, fitness and romance, total wealth in all areas of life, especially when it comes to real estate education, family, just really overall balance. And so, I've talked a lot about balance is very important to me. So being, an amazing mom to my twins, running my business, managing the household, having my circle of friends, all of those good things, and just really balancing and excelling in all areas of life. And I struggle. I do. I have my really good weeks where I'm like, man, I'm killing it in all areas. And then I have my weeks where I'm like, okay, I need to spend more time with my kids, or I need to spend more time on my business, or I didn't make it to the gym. With all that being said, in some of my previous podcasts, I've committed to doing another fitness competition. So I did several in the past, right after kids, actually, because that was one of my goals. Twins, not just one baby, twins. I wanted to be at my pre-baby weight within 3 months of having kiddos. And I absolutely killed that goal. And I was super excited about it. And then, life changed very shortly after that. And I decided, hey, I've always wanted to do a fitness competition. I've never done one. There's no better time than right now. And so I did end up doing about 5 competitions. This was a little over 3 years ago. I was just planning on doing one. I did one. And I won. And then, that little spark was there. I was like, well, what if I keep going? Maybe I can get my pro card. And this was with a little bit smaller organization, but I did end up getting my pro card, and it's been over 3 years. And so I committed because I'm looking for that balance. I want it all in life. I want the relationship. I want the fitness. I want the business. I want to be the amazing mom. I want to enjoy life. I want it all. I don't want to settle. And I was told that I couldn't have it all. And I love when people tell me I can't have something. I love when people tell me I can't do something. And so, October 2nd in Galveston is where I will be competing, and, super excited about it. And I mentioned I'm making it up on the wall, and Total Wealth is also going to be sponsoring me for this fitness competition, because that's one of the things that's so important and that we talk about up at Total Wealth is the balance in life, the fitness, the family, the romance, building passive income. And so I'm excited to announce that they will be sponsoring me on this journey. And there's so many people up here at Total Wealth, as well as members. I mean, one individual lost almost 80 pounds. I mean, just amazing things. So it's everybody coming together, like-minded individuals. We all have goals that we want to complete and achieve. And it's just like everybody's inspiring and encouraging each other. And that's really, truly what it's all about. It's amazing. I get around somebody who's had a success or, several successes, and I just look at them like, oh my gosh, what can I learn from you? And like, that's amazing. I am that person where I really take delight and just pleasure in watching other people succeed too. I always have. It's been a really neat thing. Of course, it's nice to have your own personal wins, but I love being around people who have that attitude, and they're like, they set goals and they accomplish them. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. So maybe I could do something like that. So that's super exciting. I'm kind of on cloud nine today. I can't believe this is happening. It was like such a short period of time ago I started this journey to the wall, and now it's actually here. And then there's 2 other things that I was going to mention, and then I'm going to go celebrate. The first one is on August 25th at 9:15 a.m. up at Total Wealth. Daryl Dyke with Noble Mortgage will be up here presenting a little bit more about hard money lending as well as the conventional side. And then I will be doing a case study and speaking more on the mindset, specifically impossible is a spirit. So that's what I'm going to speak about, and how I took that thinking, things are impossible, and turned it into closing on my first multifamily deal in a very short period of time. And it's all about education. I've been educating myself. I've been, reading and listening and watching mentors, especially Steve Davis. There's just all these amazing individuals, and I just knew the time is now. But I'm still kind of in shock. I'm in shock that it happened so quickly. But I set myself up for that. I've been training for 3 years, and I know there's going to be so many learning lessons. I know, well, for example, I closed on the property, and probably about a week and a half later, I get a call first thing in the morning. I'm waking up, my eyes are still like halfway shut, and I have collapsed pipes in 2 of my units, and they don't have any running water, showers, sinks, or anything. And I was like, well, there goes another $6,000. But I had accounted for this. I had contingencies in my budget, my pro formas, and all that good stuff. And I was like, well, this is just what I do. This is part of the business. So it didn't get me down. It didn't scare me. I was like, oh, well, of course that's going to happen. That's a given. But anyway, so I'll be speaking a little bit more on August 25th at 9:15 a.m. about impossible as a spirit, and really kind of take that into kind of the ins and outs of me closing my first multifamily deal and how I'm going to rope in those new builds on the same property. And then the second date that I wanted to discuss was going to be September 22nd. And this is for if you're either a licensed realtor, commercial and or residential, or you're interested in getting licensed. I'm going to have an individual. His name is Pat Hayes. Amazing energy. This man in 5 years has done some phenomenal things with EXP as the brokerage. And he's going to talk a little bit more about his background, his history, and where he's at. And just so you know, yes, I have to advertise because you can't debate numbers. This particular individual in about 5 years has built up $2.3 million in equity. It's probably more now. And then on the commission side of the business, and there's a couple of different ways you can make commission within EXP. And so we'll go go into more detail about that. But on just one of them, he was pulling in over $100,000 a month for 3 consecutive months. And I think most recently it was over $130,000 in 1 month. And this is passive income. This is generational wealth. This is something that is residual, life-changing. So you don't want to miss that. It's going to be September 22nd, probably from about 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. We're going to do a deep dive into the EXP business model, which is who I sit with as well. Some of our other realtors up at Total Wealth, they all sit with EXP as well. And then we'll go into some more training. So we'll do a deep dive into our database, KV Core, and things of that nature, and talk about lead generation. So if you're not currently sitting with EXP and you want to come learn more about the actual business model and the capabilities and everything that comes with it, we'd love for you to join us. You can be a member of Total Wealth, or you can not be a member. And then I'm also going to open it up once we launch into the training portion. And this is for everybody who currently sits with EXP. Obviously to increase their business flow and their success rates. But if you don't sit with EXP, I'd still love for you to join us. Sit in, look at the capabilities of the database and the lead generation and some of the people that we have teaching these training courses, because I think you'll see that everybody within EXP is pretty much top notch. Top producers, a lot of them are investors. A lot of them have just a magnitude of experience and goal setting, and they actually accomplish some amazing, amazing things. And as I've said a million times, and I will always say this because this is the way I was brought up, my dad always taught me this, you are and will become what you surround yourself with. So always surround yourself with people who are much more intelligent, much more successful, and that really push you, because guess what? You want to get up to that level. So it's so important to surround yourself with individuals like that. Don't be the cream of the crop. Don't be the top of the totem pole. You want to be down at the bottom, and you want to keep raising through the ranks and just always be around those types of individuals. So I'm going to sign off today. I'm going to go celebrate. Today is I would say small win, but to me, this is huge. So next time you're in the speaker room, you'll see my poster. I'm so excited. I completed one of my goals. It's a very big win for me, not only for getting up on the wall, also closing my first multifamily. The hard work really starts now, but not one that I'm scared to roll my sleeves up and do. And then just to highlight the other speaking engagements that we'd love for you to join, learn more a little bit about hard money as well as conventional financing. And then my journey to my first multifamily property and closing on that. And then also September 22nd with EXP. So who knows where we're going to go from here? I'm not sure if I'm going to continue the podcast and maybe dig into another goal. That's typically who I am. I always set goals and continue to go after things. So I'm going to enjoy today, celebrate, and then we'll see maybe if I set another goal and I continue down the road with another podcast. So thanks for watching. Thanks for all your comments. Thanks for all the motivation. My biggest hope in all this is maybe like even one thing that I've said could help somebody out. And please know, in my interaction with everybody face to face, when we talk about podcasts and just going back and forth, I always take something away from everybody that I meet and that comes into my life. That's professionally, that's kiddos, that's on the personal level. I'm a big believer. It's like I'm a sponge. I want to take something away from everybody. And there's so much intelligence in this world, and it's all about that growth mentality. So let's all do it together, and we'll see. Who knows? Maybe I'll set another goal and you'll see me again soon. Yay! Bye, guys.